Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, I've literally just got back home from testing the car, from fixing the previous problem with this car. If you guys are interested, go on the link in, or go on the link in the description below, and you will have a link in there for that video, which was this video here. So all done and dusted. So now we're gonna move into the next problem, which is that iDrive, whatever you want to call it, information display is not working. As you can see, it's completely dead. So the car 2013, this is the F20 114i, doesn't really matter, but it's a 2013 F20. So no screen, but the interesting thing is I have no audio. At least I don't know what's going on, if the radio is on or off. So I think the best thing we can do, as you can imagine, is see if we can communicate with it. Right, something I've learned the other day working on that F30 I think it was. So the screen is no longer a module on these cars. Previous cars, e-chassis, that was like a module, you could communicate with it. Now you can't, because that communicates with the NBT, whatever that's going to be on this particular case, but you cannot communicate directly with that. So if there's any issues with that, the NBT or the radio module is the one that's going to report any faults. So if we're going to go to body maybe, and we're going to go to head unit, okay, this is good. This is actually good. Let me see if I can communicate with the controller. Yes, I can. Okay, so that's good. I guess it's going to report no fault. It should report no communication with the head unit. Right, okay, so let me see if we have anything else here. See the changer. No, it's not going to be. I think that's going to be it. Yep, I think it's going to be it, definitely. I think it's going to be that. The head unit, as you've seen, no communications. Right, let's gonna start obviously with the basics, fuses, etc. Especially guys, if you've seen my other video for this car, you know what was done to it. So, or the poor workmanship that you might have seen. So let's just gonna start with the basics. Let's gonna check fuses, etc. and see if we find out anything. Just checked every single fuse on the car, including those, including the ones at the front, although I don't think the front would have anything to do with the radio, but didn't hurt a quick check, and everything was fine. No blown fuses, so I think it's going to be time to pull this out. So this is out. I quick check the fuse on the radio. There's a 20 amp fuse here. I'll just show you again. Oh, the joys, the joys. So the fuse is actually good. Oh, it looks like it's good. Let's see there. There we go. Looks okay to me. And it looks like we do have 12 volts here. So looking at this plug, we do have all these bunch of wires at the top. This is probably, I don't know, USB and maybe, I don't know, maybe some other stuff. Powers, it looks like, so over here on the side we have the speakers. And then on this plug here on the side, or on this here on the side, we should have power, red and yellow, brown ground, and then these two ones here, these yellow thin yellow and red, and then this one thin yellow and brown is going to be my can lines most likely, and that's it. So if you have powers and grounds here on these two wires, we should be okay. So let's gonna check, and we're gonna quickly check this because I only have 5% left of battery. We're gonna check this properly using the test light rather than just the multimeter. I think is that one and that one. There we go, and we have light. So do we have a bad radio? So far is what it is what looks like. And sometimes I actually I'm not gonna say I hate, but it's just bad arm, right? So what I've done next, guys, was I powered up the radio pins 12 and 15, 12 ground, 15 voltage, and I've started to measure the back of this board. This is like a power supply, and it has the amplifier here as well, and all that good stuff. So I start to follow the voltage, and everything was fine. Voltage was getting, or it is getting, at the back of the board here on this main board. So it's coming from the power supply board down to this board, and then right here at the back, let me see if I can show you, right here at the back I do have voltage coming in, but then obviously this here was covered like that, okay, but then anywhere around voltage is gone. I found like 2.5 volts on some places and things like that, but the main voltage got missing. A lot of these, I believe they are transistors, perhaps. They don't have any voltage, any main voltage. They do have like the 2.5 volts on the gate, yeah, but no on the main switching channel, if you will. And I thought, oh, where is this voltage gone? So I removed this, okay, and now I'm not gonna even stop recording. It was hard to see. It was actually only when I start to go with the probes from the multimeter that I've actually seen it. But let me show you this under the microscope, because it's going to be impossible to show you this naked eye. So let's put it like so. Let me see if I can place this thing here where you're going to see it. You see the screen? Yes, you can. Right, let me try to put it, actually, I have to have it there, so is that one in there? I think you can start to see already. Look at this poor bastard. It's completely gone. See? It looks like it's the only thing that's gone is that chip. It went completely in there. Let me actually show you this different. Let me actually show you if I do that, like so. Focus. There we go. Come on. Just want to show you that's not. See that? I think you can see anyway. Look, there's a hole here at the back, then there's another hole in there completely burned. See, look, see if I clean it, look. You see where the leg used to be? It's gone. Right, LTCVS 3K30. I don't have a clue what this component is. I don't even have a clue if I have one of these. I do have a few modules similar to this, and actually from BMW as well. I think I have some CD changers, some amplifiers similar to this. Let's see if I have one of these. And I think it was important to understand what this part is, just in case it makes sense with our fault. And indeed, that looks like 36 volts, 2 amps, 2.8 megahertz step down switching regulator. which makes sense why we have no voltage on the rest of the board. So now, yes, let's gonna look to see if I have a spare one, which I'll be very lucky if I do, but you never know. And unfortunately, I do not have any spares of this, nor I can find them online. I've looked everywhere, I could not find these chips for sale. It could be that there is a replacement, but guys, these head units, they are relatively cheap. So I put in there what the problem is, just in case. I don't know if the owner is going to want this radio back or not. I already told him I'm struggling to find parts, and literally just said I'll get another unit. So it's going to get another unit. There's one on eBay for £19. £19. So even if I get that cheap, that regulator for, I don't know how much they will cost, but to the final user like me, I probably would pay a good £10 for something like that. It wouldn't surprise me. So for £19, it doesn't really worth the effort. We found the issue. If the guy doesn't want this, I will keep it, just in case if I ever come across any other issues, or maybe I get another one in the future with something else wrong, and I can take the spare. So I don't know if the guy wants it or not. I'll just put that in there. If he wants it, obviously I'll give it back to him. But that's it for now. So wait for the new unit, and hopefully put it in and program it and all that good stuff, and that should bring the screen back to life. Sometime later, and I mean sometime later is about a week later, I fixed this for him. As I said, I would fix this. I've done the same repair as I've done on a video that I've done previously. Just search the channel, was a different one series, same thing, same problem, fixed the same way. And I'm gonna do these now because I had to stop working on that thing. I had to cool down because that thing is problem after problem. I'm just so tired of this car here. I think I'm just gonna tell the guy to pick it up. I don't want to carry on working on that thing because it's no more than a bag of frustrations, that thing is. Oh man. Right, so what we're gonna do here now, that's the module. I think that's the module, judging by the box. I haven't opened it yet, but I think it's the module. So all we're gonna do, I'm just gonna plug it in to see if it works, and then we'll see what we need to do next. And it is the radio indeed. So it looks the same. Make sure the fuse is good. Yeah, the fuse is definitely good. So as I said, let's just plug it in. I just want to plug it in and see what happens. Okay, so am I gonna plug everything? Yeah, why not? If it works, I'm not gonna take it off again. So okay, so that one goes in there, that one goes there, a lot of oh, that goes there. Oh, okay, I got you now. But this cable looks like, can you go through there? It looks like it might be all right. Just try to route the cables properly. Now you, and now you. Okay, now you, and now you. Come on. That's it, and now the main plug. Oh, come on. Ah, okay, I got you now. There we go. That's plugged in. Took me a bit. Right, let's see what happens when I turn just ignition like this. Should that coming on? Oh yeah, can you see it? Of course you can. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Very good. Very good. Okay. Obviously the volume thing is disconnected, so we're gonna have to connect these as well. And then let me see I can hear the music already playing. Probably you can't, which is good for copyrights, but yeah, I can already hear the sound. So let's put everything and then see what, if there's anything that needs coding. Most likely we'll have to, but we'll have to get it plugged in, and then we'll do a quick coding maybe, and we'll go from there. Okay, just to show you,
the majority of those cheaper mortgages,
sound is working, and that's the last time probably gonna hear it. Everything else, I've been here checking, and everything, so the car doesn't have navigation, which that would be a challenge, or that could be a little bit of a problem to code. Not a problem, but it's a little bit more work. But I've been here through all the menus, everything matches okay. So I don't see anything that doesn't match. So on the multimedia, we have obviously only that. There's nothing there to input anything. The only thing you have is the CD drive. You have the external devices, which we have auxiliary and USB, which matches okay. There's nothing connected, and that's the main things really. DAB radio is working, as you have seen. So that's the DAB radio. Everything is working. And then as I go through everything else, menus of the car, everything looks okay to me. But nevertheless, we're going to do obviously a scan and see what we have. So we should have now communications with our, was it body? Yeah, head unit. There we go. Production date 2014, programming date 2013. Doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Any codes? Let me see if there's any codes for coding or something like that. Current coding that data stored. Controller not encoded for the vehicle. There we go, you see? So we're gonna do it, why not? Let's gonna do that, and hopefully that will fix our problem. To code this thing, I'm gonna need my Ethernet cable. Okay, that should sort the faults. I think this is one of the operations. Yeah, is deleting and resetting the ignition. There we go, ignition is coming back on. Okay, let's see what happened, what it did. Okay. Everything is working, and I'm literally just putting everything away because I literally have the missus on my leg to go for dinner, and I really need to go. But guys, it is working, everything is working fine. There is sound, all the menus are working, and that's it. It was pretty much just program the radio to the car. That's it. I know I did took through too many details. Unfortunately, guys, I couldn't get the spares to repair the original radio, but we found the issue. We found that was the radio that was faulty, or the unit, and unfortunately I couldn't get the spares. So otherwise I would have attempted to repair the original one, which it might be that would work. It might be that was further issues with that radio, but might be that was just the only problem. So with no further ado, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. If you do still have any questions or any comments, you know exactly how it works. Just put them right below. And like always, thanks for watching.